Next, one effort to address a humiliating medical injury that afflicts perhaps 1 million women in the developing world who lack access to safe medical facilities. Fred Sam Lazaro reports from Kenya. It's part of his Agents for Change series.
In a new hospital in Eldoret, Kenya, these women are awaiting surgery to fix a condition that's widely misunderstood and reviled, one that's made them outcasts, often in their own families. It's called obstetric fistula, an injury to the birth canal caused in most cases by prolonged labor that leaves a woman incontinent. Perhaps 1 million women in the developing world suffer from fistulas, a condition virtually wiped out in industrialized nations with better access to prenatal care and medical facilities. At least once a week, these patients hear a message of hope from a woman who knows all too well they're suffering. 41-year-old Sarah Omega was just 19 when she was raped and became pregnant.
I was so scared. I didn't want to secure an abortion because of my faith. Yeah. So I kept the pregnancy.
Omega eventually spent 38 hours in a difficult labor, much of it at home. In the process, the baby died, and she suffered a large fistula. For 12 years, Omega says, she was subjected to isolation and shame.
I attempted suicide twice. Every night I would go to bed. I would say, God, please don't allow me to see tomorrow. Because my tomorrow, every day, I would wake up in the morning, see the sun, I would cry because I knew it was another day of pain, of humiliation, of suffering in isolation.
That anguish landed her in a psychiatric ward, and it was there that a visiting doctor came to her bedside.
He assured me that my problem was going to be fixed, and I remember that day he told me, I'm seeing a lot of hope in you. I want you to get healed.
That doctor was 49-year-old Hilary Mabea, a gynecologist and surgeon who has devoted his entire practice to women with fistulas. This 88-bed hospital was built for his use as part of a broad campaign by the California-based Fistula Foundation.
These are patients who need care, they need support, they need a lot of counseling, and they suffer so much from society because of their condition.
It's difficult to pinpoint exactly how many women suffer from fistula in this country, in part because most of them are kept isolated by their communities and even their families. But in recent years, since the campaign began to raise awareness of fistula, awareness that it is treatable, some 7,000 women have emerged from hiding each year seeking surgery.
Fistula awareness groups have taken to the streets to educate others about the condition and where to get help. We watched as these women, many of them survivors themselves, fanned out through the western city of Mumias and encouraged women suffering from incontinence issues to get free screening offered by the campaign. Organizer Habiba Muhammad said people have many misconceptions about fistula.
Maybe she has been bewitched, maybe she was promiscuous and had a relationship out of marriage when she was pregnant.
Muhammad's group, Wadadia, recently arranged the transportation and treatment for 35-year-old Rachel Juma Wasamba, who lives in a remote village in western Kenya. Wasamba was lucky. Her husband stayed with her throughout her condition and treatment. Many husbands abandon their wives in such situations. Amina Mushele says that's what happened to her.
My husband couldn't take it anymore, so he left me to marry another woman.
She had surgery 1 year ago and now makes and sells goods in the town marketplace. Using skills she got from a training program sponsored by Wadadia, the training ranging from hairstyling to seamstress work and computer skills helps reintegrate women back into their community.
The moment this woman has been treated and she has healed, you can be able to see a significant change in her life, and not only in her life, in her family, in her children. So it has a ripple effect to the entire family and the entire community.
Back in Eldoret, Dr. Mabea is kept very busy at one of the few places where fistula surgery is performed and offered free of charge. Working 6 days a week, he operates on 45 women a month. Since that's just a fraction of the new cases, he's also training other doctors in the region, and he's working to prevent fistulas in the first place.
Fistula is almost 100% preventable. In developed countries, that problem is not even there.
He says fistula can be avoided if adequate prenatal and emergency care is made available when complications arise during pregnancy. More than half of all Kenyan women still deliver their babies at home. For her part, Sarah Omega says her healing became complete when she was able to give birth to a healthy baby daughter, Jade, who recently turned 2.
She means just the whole world to me. I remember at some point I would pray and say, God, if you give me a baby, that baby will erase the pain I've gone through in this life.
And Omega continues to help other women erase the pain of fistula.
I decided to change the pain I had gone through into something beautiful, something that will help me reach out to other women, something that will allow other women to live a normal life like me.
She travels frequently to talk about her experiences, but more regularly her advocacy happens at the bedside of women at the new Fistula Hospital. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Fred DeSam Lazaro in Eldoret, Kenya.
Fred's reporting is a partnership with the Undertold Stories Project at the University of St. Thomas in Minnesota.